Welcome back to the Always Thinking Mindset channel, where we give you positive vibes and simple rules to achieve your goals. Now, in today's video, we're going to speak on how to make money when you're young. We're going to look at three different ways we can do it when we're young. But before we begin, go ahead. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It does help the algorithm. You don't have to subscribe, don't worry about it. But if you love this channel, then you already know what to do. So let's go ahead and begin. Ah, to be young again. That's everybody's dream, every businessman's dream. But when you're young, you're broke, right? You got no money. So what do you have? You have time, right? You have time to experiment, to build, to kind of get into whatever you like or you're passionate about, to try to find who you are, but not only that, make some money, right? Because you're usually, when I say young, I mean anywhere from range from 18 through 24, maybe even 30. It can even go down as far as 16 years old, right? Because we're all different, we all learn different, and we all wake up in this era of what the purpose of life is. And I don't mean to get too deep into it, but you want to make money, right? Take advantage of the younger years. And this is where the first rule comes in. And online business. Let me explain, especially with AI. AI is a hot topic right now. Elon Musk, Facebook, everybody's coming to this AI new world. There's going to be a lot of maintenance for AI, right? Because AI does not run itself. Sometimes people don't want to deal with AI, but they will go through an online business such as yourself to do research, development, maybe even coding, right? Even though AI may do coding for you, but it's a simpler step to have an online business. You have multiple avenues of revenue coming in, not only through your state, nationwide, but maybe even worldwide. And this includes retail, this includes consulting, this includes a lot of things that, it's so simple to have an online business today, especially with social media. But when you start a business online, you're able to reach a higher potential, but you must add value to that person and you must charge that person. But like I said, online business is a perfect avenue to make money when you're young because you have a lot of time. Now you have to, obviously get a laptop and stuff, but and internet. But you're young, right? You're able to experiment what works, what doesn't work. You can even resell stuff online, such as eBay. These are great avenues to start an online business. Now, leads me to the second rule of real estate. I love real estate. This is my passion, I guess, but at the same time, this is work for me. Do understand that nothing is passive in this life. What do I mean by that? I mean, you're going to work for everything, right? But you got to get it in motion. That's how real estate works. I play for the long term game. Some people play for the short term game, which is fix and flip, and that's okay. But real estate is a great avenue, especially when you're young, because a lot of investors that I meet just, they start off at this age to where they always tell me, man, if I was just 10 years younger or 15 years younger, I would have X amount of dollars, right? Because with real estate, compound interest, appreciation, things go up in value. Rents, just time in itself will make the property more profitable and lucrative. But you got to understand, when you start young, you're at an advantage that someone who later on in life got into it and who's at a disadvantage because of time. It doesn't, there's only so much skill and work that can happen where you got to let time play out. Look at Warren Buffett, right? Because Warren Buffett even said, I just made average picks and, this whole fair market value. And with time, it just ended up being this billion dollar industry, which I give Warren Buffett profit. I mean, kudos on that. But you got to understand, time is on your side when you're young, so you got to learn how to take advantage. Now, the third rule is a little bit of mixture of online business, but start a business. Now, you got to understand, not many people, they don't like that concept of starting a business because it's going to fail. But when you're young, you have time. You have time to mess up. You have time to experiment. You have time to See what works and what doesn't. And then on top of that, you just erase it, right? Because now you've gained valuable knowledge and experience as being a business owner or looking to see what you need to look out for. And when you start a business, I mean, it could be anything from selling shoes to retail to social media marketing, you name it. These are avenues that you can start a business in and actually grow and develop, and you never know where it's going to be. Look at Mark Zuckerberg. He was in college, he just had an idea, ended up being this multi-billion, trillion-dollar idea. But in the end, when you're young, you have time. And I cannot emphasize that enough, right? Because the saying is, if you have time, you got no money. And if you got money, you got no time, right? So you can't have those two together or whatever. But what I'm saying is that when you're young, you're vibrant, you're very experimental. And I've met some very young, hard charging guys, and I kind of tell them, hey, listen, I love the ambition, but kind of slow it down. And when I say slow it down, as in you're still young, right? You still have plenty of time to experiment, plenty of time to have everything pan out because they always feel they're in a rush. But in the end, like I said, these are the three simple ways of making money when you're young and to take advantage. Now, on a side note, everyone wishes they were young. Not me. I like my age and I like where I'm going. I've experimented a lot when I was young. I actually did a lot of experimenting when I was young. But a side note is that when you're young, you're able to take advantage of time. Time is something that you don't understand when you're young, but as you get older, it affects everything in your life, from relationships to health to value. You start understanding that time is the real currency. And I'm going to say that again. Time is the real currency. But anyways, if you like today's video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you took value from this video, like I said, subscribe, give it a thumbs up or not. Check out my other videos. And then on top of that, I have a few things coming along. So stay tuned. And until next time, we will speak soon.